Welcome back, folks, to Sunday Simcast with myself, Brian, and the wonderful Elle here. So today we are going to discuss the three games that we picked from last month, which was Dave's Wrecking Yard, Airport Inspector, and Metrocity.
Yeah, some interesting choices.
Definitely some interesting choices, interesting games as well. And also, once we've kind of discussed these games and kind of showcased them, what we kind of thought playing them, we'll discuss the change to Sunday Simcast about what's happening as well and what's coming. Exciting times, folks. Exciting times. Right. Welcome in, Elle.
Hello. It's definitely been an exciting few weeks in the whole the games that we tried. It definitely left some questions that we're going to hopefully answer with the goings forward of the Sunday Simcast. But obviously, guys, wait till the end. But we will start first with Dave's Wrecking Yard, which I definitely think is probably, in my opinion, the strongest of the three we did actually play this month. And that's maybe saying a lot. But yeah, Dave's Wrecking Yard. What was your feelings about it, Weir?
I loved the game, right? I did like the game. It was a good kind of wee game. The premise of the game, like getting the things, folk coming into the wrecking yard, you go to the cars, pick out the parts, package them, blah, 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 go away, sell things like that. It worked, right? The thing that let it down the most was the controls. Because
they were definitely a head scratcher.
Normally, like your WSAT was your up, down, left, right, but that only moved it literally up, left, right, down. Your mouse didn't move your character.
So that was Q and E, wasn't it?
Walking like a aye. So you were kind of walking as if you were playing a Tetris game. And see, if it wasn't for that, this would be a brilliant game. And that's the only thing that let it down for me was the controls. That plus the fact I ordered a pizza in it. Because it says I was like, try and order some food now. So I was like, all right, I'll order a pizza. So I ordered a pizza and the pizza came and then it just disappeared into the ether. I have no idea. I never found my pizza, where it went, anything else. Could I find it? Could I hell? I just wasn't there.
Yeah. It was I definitely think the main letdown of this game was the control system, and also the UI wasn't very intuitive.
No.
I think I've landed up pressing like a load of buttons that I didn't need to press and getting stuck in menus, and it was a little bit like almost like over engineered but not engineered remotely enough. It was just it was just a lot of stuff going on. The actual premise of the game was really cool, though. I did enjoy the fact that we had to go into, like, taking bits out of the cars and serve the customer, and, I actually quite enjoyed the graphical style as well, which I was a bit, about, but control-wise, it was not the easiest, and it was a bit head-scratchy to get used to it.
That was it. And I think if he just fixed the controllers and allowed you to kind of, like most of these kind of wee first-person sim games, like you just use your mouse to kind of look about and things like that. WSAD to walk about, fair enough, and things like that, but then your mouse just looks in whatever direction and make it a wee bit easier for the clicking and putting things. Perfect. That'd be it. It'd be perfect. And then just kind of tweak some of the wee kind of issues with it. It'd be fine, but the big letdown for it is the controls. It's such a big letdown for the game that it's got so much promise for it as well, folks.
It was by all means, good.
As I said, we'll put the links in the video. Give it a wee try, right?
It's a completely and utterly free game, guys. Do not let the fact that we think the controls are a little bit awkward, because I feel like the longer you played, the more natural they became. But as like a native standpoint, it's not the typical what you're used to in the slightest. There is definitely a bit of that head, but it was definitely, like I said, to me, apart from that, was the menus and the UI and like the escaping out of stuff, but you weren't really trying to find the buttons to press. I I did actually get my pizza to be delivered. I think I landed up ordering it 1,000,000 times by mistake because I wasn't really sure what was going on with the phone. I think the pizza landed up being in the inventory, if I remember
Oh,
rightly.
right. I
Um,
didn't check my inventory.
there
No.
was like a really weird thing that you had to go pee at some point. You had to go round the back to have a
Oh,
pee.
aye.
But yeah, I really like the whole sort of like the customer comes in, the simplicity. The customer comes
Aye.
in.
Um,
Yeah, he's
mhm.
asking for this carburetor, he's asking for this battery, he's asking for the AZX, whatever. You go out, you raid all these cars, you come in and go, here you go. Or you go plop it in a box, shove it to get
Aye.
shipped, and then call like UPS or whatever. Um,
After the post
I
box or
liked
something.
the,
Aye.
the concept in itself was really good. It was really simple, but it
Aye.
just definitely had that hurdle that you had to climb to sort of
Mhm.
enjoy it. Um,
Mhm.
but overall, it's a free game, guys. Honestly, I do recommend that you do try this one out for yourself. Because I feel like it would be
Definitely.
very
Aye.
Marmite whether or not you enjoy this.
Mhm.
Um, I don't really know
I
what the
think
end goal is, though, to be honest. I don't think there really is one. I think it's just collect as much
I
money as you
think it's
can. But
just collect it and keep going kind of thing. But I don't know, like some of the cars, obviously, when you're doing it, says not available right now, kind of thing. So I'm wondering
yeah,
later on, like if you
I
get
mean
more money, you can
it's a
buy
relatively
those cars.
early
Don't know.
look at the game. It came out on the 20th of December, so it's only really been
Yeah.
out for like just under 2 months. So it's pretty fresh. It's pretty fresh, guys. But I do think it's maybe a bit Marmite, but it's definitely a fun and worth trying. And I suppose my biggest regret here is that I actually forgot to see what Detective Dave got up to. I meant
Oh,
to find out what Detective Dave did in the rest of the multiverse. Um, I did
mhm.
not find out what Dave was up to, and I wish I
I'm g-
did because I would like to see if the controls runs the same in the other games. Because I
I'm
did
going to
have a
leave
big
him a
thing
wee.
about that. But
I think I think I'm going to put a comment on for a wee review. I'm going to leave a review for it, just saying that I love the game, but the controls let it down. Is there any way of implementing changed controls
you
so that
could
they
use the thing is though, you could use your mouse to spin your head round, but
aye,
you could only go like 180. So then
aye,
when you moved back or whatever, you were then in a weird position. So
aye? So
like
you're kind of
yeah,
like back
it
and
was
forth.
kind
It's
of
like
like weird.
as if you're kind of like reversing your person kind of
Yeah.
thing,
I landed
back
go
and
boop
forth
boop
kind of
all the
thing.
time. I think
Aye,
it literally at
aye,
the end, I think I literally like landed up reversing myself into the shop because I'm like, I can't be bothered spinning round. We're just gonna
aye,
back up.
aye.
But yeah, it's
I'm
a
sure I
pretty
done
fun
that as
game.
well, kind of thing.
Like yeah,
Um,
I feel like it's very Marmite, but it's definitely worth. It's free, guys. Go give it a go. Honestly, do have a little
de-
go of it. You might love
definitely give
it.
it a shot.
You do. You might like it because
And
yeah,
I think there's got to be more that will come to it as well because you've got the auctions and things like that as well there. That you can get that only available at the start kind of thing. You must need to go so far into it kind of thing to get them, and the car sales and things. So, aye, there's more features there for it. It is a wee free game. The graphics are alright and decent enough kind of thing. It plays well, other than the controls. But give it a shot and see what you think kind of thing as well. And let us know in the comments for the videos
yeah.
kind of thing. What if you do play it? How you feel about it? If you are kind of thinking the same
If you're
thing
a
as well.
Dave convert.
Aye, have we converted you to the world of Dave?
Exactly. But yeah, that's Dave's Racking Yard, guys. Let us know. And I suppose that was the strongest game of this week. And we're gonna touch on why in a minute. But we're gonna
Yeah,
jump into next Airport Inspector demo. Weir, what did you think?
it was weird, right? It was weird because it tells you things to do, right? Which is on um the so it shows you things to do, like inspect the cases, do this and that, and the things, right? So you start inspecting the cases, and then you pull out like a gun or something like that in the case, or a knife in the case. but then you still let the person through the airport. I'm like, you wouldn't do that in real
Nah.
life. If they were coming up, rolling up to an airport security scanner, and you're pulling out knives and guns, you'd be like, holy fuck, man!
Yeah.
You need to go in
Like,
you need to
you've
go in
got
a
my
cage
bomb
and
now,
no other place.
guys. You've got my
You need to go
bomb.
in
I
a
can't cause
cage.
problems. I'm just gonna go through.
I don't want to just go kind of thing. So
Fine.
I found that bit really, really weird, right? And
Yeah.
then obviously, like, so then you kind of interrogate them and things and ask them questions, and then you're like, oh, everything seems fine, just let them through anyway. So I never got to, like, when you're asking them the questions, anybody that came to the door that didn't seem as if they shouldn't be there, kind of thing. Anytime any of the questions, they just answered it and it seemed fine. You're like, all right, we'll just let them through anyway, even though you've taken like a switch knife and a gun out their suitcase, kind of thing. Right, we'll just kind of take them anyway. And I'm like, right, fair enough. And then so there was that, and it was like, then it gets you other things, the tasks, and it goes, well, what you can do is there's somebody waiting at the lost and found. You need to go and help them. There's a customer waiting at the lost and found. So I'm like, right, I'll go to the lost and found. And then it says that you need to help this customer find this item, but it doesn't tell you the item. So you don't actually know what it is you're trying to find. So I was going by just picking up like random glasses, cans of juice, sweets, and things like that, and just bringing it back. Sorry, this isn't an item. I was like, but you've not told me what the fucking item is. And then I stumbled upon some other room, like confiscated room, that's just got suitcases there that I haven't checked, that have got full of guns and weapons and everything else. I'm like, so who's staying there then?
I
It was
didn't
just
understand this
weird.
game in the slightest. I don't even think I found. I don't even know where this lost and found room was. It was lost and unfound. I did find a room that I had to go X-ray stuff that came off of planes and double check stuff.
See, I didn't get that one there. I did, but then I
Are we
tried the
playing
drone.
the same game? Like there was like one main wait, there's also the guys came through and like when we're questioning them, I didn't understand any of it, right? I don't get what the point was. The question. So you were asking the question and they did lie. I'm pretty sure we got a lie or whatever. But like I think I served like one person and then the tutorial instantly moved on to do something else. And I'm like, okay, what are we doing? Okay, let's go over there. But your character moves so ridiculously slow that you don't actually get anywhere. And then by the time I kind of worked out, or I say worked out, I still have no idea. But the time I kind of did something, people were leaving grumpy at me because I didn't serve them, and then the game was over. I'm like, what? I didn't get
It
any
was
of
just weird.
this. I don't understand what's going on at all. And like, yeah, there was a lot of nothingness. It feels like I do think it could be a really good game, but like maybe it was the tutorial in itself that just wasn't helpful in the slightest. But I just don't understand what the main purpose of the interrogation and confiscating and then expecting us to run around. Like there was just too much for that level that our character moved. There was far too much going on and far too many grumpy people.
Yeah, and like the wee bit it says like there's somebody like lost and waiting at the lost and found kind of thing. You can help find the item by using the drone. So it's like, all right,
There's
I'll
a
use the
drone?
drone.
What?
There's a wee drone next to your desk. So I clicked on that. I was like,
Oh
do you
yeah, I
fly
saw
it?
that on the floor. I never got to use it.
And then I was like, I don't even know how to fly this. And I was like, so I just came out. I was like, right, that's pointless. And then I tried to find the lost and found, but it doesn't show you where it is that's lost and found. So you're looking about this full area of the
Where
map.
was that? Was that with the room where your like boss was sitting?
So the way I found it was I came out the wee area where like the main bit where you're scanning, like when the tutorial starts, and you go like off to your left.
Uh-huh.
No, sorry, off to your right and through like the other thing. There's like a desk with somebody standing on it.
Is that the lost?
right at the hang, and it was just somebody lost and found, and there was somebody behind
Oh,
the
was
desk
that
type of
the
thing.
lost and found?
Aye,
Oh, I didn't know that was the lost and found. I
neither did I
thought that was
until I went up to it.
people checking people in, because every time you served a customer, they then went through there. I was thinking that was
Aye,
maybe the clerk or whatever that was dealing with incoming passengers or something. I
aye,
didn't realize that was to do with lost and found in the
no,
slightest.
I only found out because I went up to it and I was like, and I'm saying lost and found. About you help the person find this item, and there was like a wee icon above their head, but it was an empty icon. There was nothing there, and I'm like, well, what the fuck is it? I'm meant to be
Definitely
finding them.
think the fact that we both semi struggled means I'm not just the neep here, and there's definitely some like tutorial issues going on. I do
Oh,
think if
definitely, and
they,
it skipped the tutorial very, very quickly at
ugh,
parts.
it was so quick. I didn't understand. It was just it was too
It's
much, far too
it's
much going on, far too quickly in such a slow environment. And I
aye,
did not. This is a very personal thing, though. I did not like the characters with zero faces. I
aye,
found that a little unnerving. I didn't like just having a really basic smiley face or frowny face,
aye.
like a squiggle and two lines,
Mhm.
something would be
Aye,
better than nothing, because it's a bit mannequin and I just didn't
mhm,
personal, but I did not enjoy that concept at all
no,
of the zero expression, especially if they're meant to be getting annoyed at us. We should be able to visually see they're
mhm.
getting annoyed at us. Like a scowl happening, a
Aye,
frown,
there was just
something.
nothing there. So, aye, it was just
Shifty eyes because they're like smuggling in a gun.
aye. I didn't get the point of like inspecting the cases, then just to interrogate them to let them through anyway.
Yeah,
Like, well, no,
it
because you
was
should just
riddled.
be. Aye, it's a bit random, but
Yeah.
aye. So that was Airport Inspector, folks.
Yeah.
Now, now we
This
go
is
on
gonna be
to
the shortest bit of this episode, guys.
the
Metro City.
Metro City. Pardon me for swearing here, right? So, but it was fucking shit.
What a
It,
dumpster fire.
right, so I put it on, right, and I've got a really beefy PC, right? So it should run. It runs anything, right? So I put this on, and it looked. When we looked at it, it was like, oh, this is going to be like SimCity. I love SimCity.
Phenomenal.
It
It was
should be
such a
really, really
good.
good. And then we were like, right, put it on, and you try and build things, and it says like tutorial, select the path, select the roads to put roads in, select the roads. Nothing's coming on the screen. I can't see physically anything. I'm like, am I missing something here? So I zoomed out, zoomed back in, nothing. Changed the graphics, nothing. I was like, right, I'll quit out it and back into it. Did nothing. Tried it again, crashed on me. I was like, oh my god, right, tried it again. Eventually I got a road built, but the road graphics were glitching in and out, so you would just see the green for the terrain underneath it, and then the buildings would just glitch out. So I was like, right, I'll try and put something in some buildings, put in some residential bit, blah blah blah, and then it just glitches out, and eventually just crashed. And I'm like, oh, Kenway, I'm by a bit. I'm like, there's only so much times you can try playing one game. If it crashes so many times and just is unplayable, it's just not worth it. And I was like, you know what? It is not worth it. It was just not worth it, folks. Which is really, really sad because the video for it and everything, it looks as if it should be a good game. It
I
looks like
have
an updated
never
SimCity.
been catfished by a game like this. Like, I don't know what game they are playing or
Aye,
whatever they are doing in this, and I'm not gonna say that the video on the Steam page is the most cinematical, award-winning masterpiece, right? But the game runs. They actually build a city. Things are happening. and I fell down at the very first hurdle that we are
Aye.
so no, it's you know what? Do you know what the first hurdle we fell down at? Well, I fell down at the fact that I had the wrong keyboard. Right. I didn't think this shouldn't be an issue in this day, right? You could not change the key bindings on the keyboard in the settings, but you needed to
Oh,
use a
aye.
numerical pad. I don't have a
Oh, you did.
numerical pad on my
Aye,
keyboard.
aye,
I had to
aye.
then go dig out one that I had for playing like shop sims and stuff. Because
Mm.
I don't have a
Mm.
numerical pad on my keyboard because I just don't have space for it. And so if you were purely limited your gameplay to what's like hardware somebody has, I think you're like straight out the back, bang out of order if you do not offer other alternatives because how can you play this? So
Mhm.
that was my very, very first
Mhm.
sort of main annoyance to this game because I spent ages touching different buttons, trying different things, but the actual camera on it was horrific.
Oh,
You
you
were almost
just
zoomed in far too close. You couldn't get an overarching.
aye,
So like I was like, okay, so is there a body of water that we need to like have a think about? Because obviously we'll need water and electricity and all this kind of stuff.
aye. No,
But you cannot see it because you're zoomed in like this close to everything. Whereas the
aye.
map might be like this big, but you can only see this much of it, and there's no
And
overarching map. So just that greatly irritated me, and that's not even mentioning the fact that it was buggy and glitchy and the roads
it just
wouldn't go down properly, and like I got residential to houses to start building, but then
I
I
didn't even
couldn't
get
put
that.
like utilities down or
Mhm.
stuff wouldn't clip to the road, and I then ran out of money because I think I spent so
Aye,
much time just trying to make things work. Finances weren't even like on my mind. It
aye.
was
I mean, it
such
just
I feel so catfished and so irritated by it because I really, really wanted to like this because I did say it looked like a simplified Sim City type simulation
aye.
game. And I wanted that
Mhm.
wholeheartedly because it does feel like something I could potentially give to my kids to go, let's get you into city building because it seemed simple.
Oh,
But
aye,
no, and it annoyed me so much,
aye.
as you could
I know.
tell.
Aye, it's just
Yeah.
the screen and the thing is just the screenshots for it as well just look as if this is a Sim City game. This is what this should be, and it is not.
Uh,
So I'm going. It's due out in March. I'm going to leave a review for it.
yeah, I
It's
do
there's
think we
no
should start
user
leaving
reviews.
reviews for these things because
I'm definitely
unless the real game that comes out, what are you doing? Unless the real game that comes out is, I don't know, like a brand new amazing adventure of stuff that and it's nothing like this dumpster fire. Oh god, it's a hard pass, guys. I would actively avoid this. Just go learn a different game. There's so many better ones out there. Like this is not the entry or simplified game that I hoped it would be.
no,
Very sad.
definitely not.
Very much sads on this one.
Definitely not.
Too
So
much
I
sads on this one.
that brings an end to those three
It
ones.
does, and it's left us with a lot of questions and plans for the future, guys. So I'm just gonna break it down. We
Yeah.
have, I say, we've decided, and I think you guys will also be happier about this too. Hold on. You guys will be happier with this too. We moving forward are going to start doing a different format to the Sunday Simcast. At the moment, we discuss 3 games, we go off and play them separately, and then in 3 weeks' time, we come back. That's what we've done for the last 6 episodes now, but it's going to change. The main reason is games like we mentioned today, we've had a good run of some really, really good games. There's definitely a few,
Mhm.
like the police one, and there's quite a few that I
Mhm.
genuinely I'm kind of looking forward to, and I'm glad that we've been able to have the opportunity to discover this together, guys. We've definitely met some gems that we just wouldn't necessarily have picked up,
Mm.
and has
Yep.
really surprised us. But with all those diamonds in the rough, we have definitely found
Some
interesting
rough.
ones. Interesting, rough,
Yep.
honestly, games that I personally, I feel like we should talk about every game regardless, um, because every game is worth a shot at being spoken about, being looked at. Indie developers work really hard and stuff, but at the end of the day, guys, every time you come back and we have something negative to say, it's just not the atmosphere we want to foster on our podcast in the slightest. I don't enjoy constantly bitching and whinging about every single game and how terrible it is every single time. And I'm pretty sure you guys don't like that either. It's not, like I said, it's not a thing that we want to foster going forward.
No.
So we are putting things in action to make it a much happier environment, hopefully, for everybody involved. So it kind of starts today, basically. Well, not today. Maybe today. You're going to have to find out. Next episode, should I say. We are going to be doing a new system that we are going to still review the Steam pages. We're then going to go away, play the game, and then we're going to then come back and discuss the game. But it's all going to be hosted within one singular episode. So you will have from start to finish our thoughts and our feelings based purely on one singular game. If there is a game like this dumpster fires that we've been playing, we simply will just not mention it because we don't necessarily want to hands for constantly ranting and upset and being grumpy about something. I think Weir also feels like this, even though I am the one that's speaking this.
Yep.
It's
Aye.
not an
It's
environment we want to foster on this
no.
channel doing this. We celebrate the love of gaming, and this just isn't the love of gaming that we hoped for. So
Nah. There's only so many times you can play like really, really crap games when you're like, oh, I can't play another one.
yeah,
You're just installing shovelware just for the fact of
it
trying
does.
it kind of thing, and it
Some of the
just
games definitely have felt like,
so
do I
it's
need to bleach my PC after this? Um,
aye. It's just not worth it
yeah.
for those
So
games.
we want to highlight those games that are absolutely worth being highlighted. And we have found some amazing, amazing games that we are going to highlight in the future episodes. We're going to do a deeper dive into ones of the past that maybe have a few reviews but are not spoken about enough. Not necessarily ones that are instantly coming out like we've been tending to do. Um, but we're going to discuss games that are definitely more on the positive side, having a closer look at some of the mechanics and all of that. Hopefully, inviting some of the developers on to talk about it would ultimately be the plan. Um, but yeah, it has to change, guys, for you and for us. And yeah, I hope you guys understand the reasoning, even though I'm like rambling here. And it's definitely for the better for both of us, for all of us. Because gaming is fun at the end of the day. Shovelware,
That's what we want to
shitty games
get
is
back
not.
to. That's what we want to get back to, just playing the fun games again.
Yeah.
So, aye, this is going to be good.
Yeah. That's what we're doing. And this is Cooper, guys. This is also the co-host. He is the managing director in the background. He just felt that today was the day that he needed to have his voice on camera. Because it's a very important part of this partnership is that all voices are heard, including yours. So clearly we have one of the founders, don't we? He's a silent partner, obviously. But anyway, moving on.
Very Very
That's
cute,
what's
though.
going
Very
on.
cute.
We're changing for the better, ultimately for the better. We have an amazing game lined up. I cannot wait for you guys to see the very next episode. I'm not going to give any plot spoilers away, because it's honestly super exciting. You will need to tune in, but it's totally worth it. Yeah.
Exciting times.
Thanks for joining in today, guys. Sorry for leaving this on the kind of a weird note. We don't have a follow-up of other games because you'll have to tune in next time. But leave a comment down below and all this kind of thing. I feel like this is such a downer, and I feel like almost like the death of the series. But season 2 of the Sunday Simcast is gonna be so much better, guys. And
End of
honestly,
season 1.
yeah, I know. It's there's a lot of feelings involved. But season 2 is right around the corner. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button, leave comments and likes, check out Weird, check out mine, because there is always videos that you do not want to miss here on our channels. So until next time, guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And yeah,
She's all
see you in the next season. Bye!